Thank you, President, for joining us here today. And first of all, it's a time of change, a new cabinet, new civil servants, a new investment case when it comes to the international forum. What are you saying at the moment? Who is interested in investing in Zimbabwe?
You have put it correctly. This is a new dispensation, and everything must show that indeed we are creating a new environment, a new path, a new vision for our country. And in that pursuit, we have to look at what reforms can we bring about in the field of economics, that's the economy, in the field of democracy, political, and in all those areas where in the last 8 months we have done a lot to change the perception about our country. The last 2 decades of our country became such a perception of isolationism as a country. And we want to move away from that and open up, embrace the international community, and again open Zimbabwe for business.
What are the priorities in terms of mining, agriculture, manufacturing? These are the areas you've highlighted.
Primarily, our economy is primarily agricultural. So in that area, we need to modernize our agriculture. We need to industrialize our agriculture. We need to mechanize our agriculture in that area. And also to make sure we have secure food security in the country. With the issue of climate change, we are making sure we have enough water bodies in the country, and so that we can have irrigation, guaranteed number of hectares in the country. So whether there is a drought or there is no drought, we have irrigation in the country to produce the grain to feed our people, and obviously we target and project surplus in our model of agriculture. And that again, within 2 seasons, we have achieved that already with regard to maize. And we are applying the same model of approach to other crops like soybean, wheat, and so on.
We talk about surplus. Alas, that is something that you need to find within your economy as well, in terms of fiscal discipline, in terms of macroeconomic change, in terms of bringing the debt under control. How are you taking steps to do that?
Well, we have to be very sober in that area. It is true that the fiscal balance in our country is bad, and we have to correct it. And we must be honest with our people as to what we want to achieve, and to do so, there is a need for us to apply fundamentals that may be harsh to our people, but they are necessary for us to cross the bridge. Now, in that area, yes, we have resources. As I've said, we are already addressing the issue in agriculture. We also have introduced reforms in mining, like the Indigenization Act. We have moved that to a great extent, which attracts foreign capital, global capital coming into our field.
Where from?
The entire world is open. Others quickly come in. Others look for whether we are honest or not.
Yeah. And
we understand that, you see, after the perception that has been there, I wouldn't begrudge those who would want to wait and see. But I would still say what we are saying must be judged by the matching our talk with our action.
How do you mentioned honesty there. How are you going about improving that at the moment? Because, of course, they want to see that there was a legitimate election. This is something that you say that has occurred, but of course the opposition party still pushes against that. How do you ensure that your presidency is seen as legitimate?
From day one, which is 24th November last year, I have preached peace, unity, and love among our people. And they're seeing that message has not changed. I'm intensifying it left, right, and center. And we have, for the first time, we're now 38 years of independence, but for the first time, we had an election which was free of violence, where whereas in the past we had about 4 or 5 political parties, this time around we had 133 political parties.
Yeah.
And 56 of those political parties participated in the plebiscite.
Yeah.
And the 23 of those political parties contested for the presidency. But of course, I think it's worldwide that if a party loses elections, not everybody accepts losing aggressively. But this happens, and I don't think it's new in Zimbabwe.
Will you have a paid opposition going forward? Will you have a paid opposition? Will you have a means to legitimize the opposition parties with paid roles?
I don't understand. Under our parliament or Commonwealth Parliament,
in terms of ensuring that you have paid posts for those who are in opposition to your party.
That's what I would have to explain. Under our Commonwealth Parliamentary democracy, the opposition is recognized. We recognize the leader of the opposition in Parliament. This is what we're going to do ourselves. But under the former administration, there was no formal recognition of the opposition leader. But now, under my administration, we are embracing the Commonwealth approach to parliamentary democracy, where we recognize the leader of the opposition and is given certain recognition and backs in Parliament.
You have taken measures to investigate the very sad circumstances of violence post the election decision. How is that going to be put forward? What do you hope to hear from the panel?
Well, just the same day I came here, it was Wednesday. On Wednesday, I had to swear in the commission of inquiry in terms of our law. And after, as I've said in the beginning, we had perfectly free election from violence. Then all the political parties were able to go wherever they wanted to go to campaign. We voted freely in Zimbabwe. 2 days after the voting process, there was some incident which is regrettable, where we lost 6 lives 2 days after the election. So there were 2 choices for me. I institute a domestic local inquiry. I didn't feel that would be comfortable with both the people at home as well as the international community, regional and the continental community. So I felt that it was necessary to bring about people from outside. I have a commission of 4 people, international persons of repute. 4 of them are from outside, 3 are internal. And the 4 from outside, one is the former president of the Republic of South Africa, and one is the former Commonwealth Secretary General of Commonwealth from Nigeria. One is the QC, the Queen's Counsel from the UK. One is a former military officer from Tanzania. So a
legitimate panel you've put in place.
Yes.
Let's talk about the economics and looking outside. You've brought people from the outside for this panel. Let's talk about money coming from the outside to you. Interestingly, China is a big investor in you at the moment. Are you concerned about the relationship between the US and China, and will China remain a key investor in Zimbabwe, do you hope?
China, during the past period, actually remained very friendly to Zimbabwe, and we have continued that friendship, and I have no problem with China at all. But I'm embracing the entire community to say Zimbabwe is open for business, not only to China, but to the entire international community. They should come in. And as a matter of fact, we are having investors coming in from across the world. In the past, the EU had sanctions against us. So you see that the entire European community is closed out because of the EU sanctions on us. America has sanctions on us, they're closed out. But we're now saying, let us open up and open up. Unfortunately, the quarrel was between us and Britain 2 decades ago. But today, as I always say, each time there's a woman prime minister in Britain, things change. And I'm happy that things are changing because of Theresa May. She, in fact, when I was inaugurated on the 24th of November last year, the first foreign envoy to come to congratulate me came from Theresa May about 35 to 40 minutes after my inauguration. And so far I've met about 3 or so ministers from the United Kingdom. And the rapport and the engagement with Britain is going on very, very well.
How?
As a result of that, both now Germany, the Chancellor, again, there's a lady there. She has sent another minister. Again, our relations with Germany
Yes.
are coming back. The same with France. We're meeting the Belgian Prime Minister here. So we feel that the entire world is opening up. I have seen several high-level officials from the U.S. administration whom I have met in Iran. And I also believe that the green signals coming from Washington are indicative of, again, re-engagement between Zimbabwe and the administration here.
Green signals.
But still, we still maintain our relations with India, with Brazil, with China, and so on.
President, it's been wonderful speaking to you. I wish we could have had more time. But green signals coming from President of Zimbabwe, sworn in July, of course, President Mnangagwa joining us, Guy Johnson.